Let's ride. Howdy. Hello. How people can look so unhappy riding, I just don't understand. Yeah, it's just amazing, you know. Sometimes you look at a bicyclist and they look like they're miserable. Right? Okay, babe. Like I said, I cannot make this button work unless I get it absolutely freaking perfect, which is ridiculous. I'm beginning to wonder if it's wearing out. We're heading down the Mesa Springs Greenway. Pardon the wind noise, but anytime we're going on a downhill slope, we get a bit of breeze caused by the trikes, so there'll be some wind noise. And sometimes there's natural wind noise if the wind's up. Our GoPro 3 Wide only has a internal mic, so and I use a helmet mount, so the camera's mounted on my helmet, and the little tiny openings for the microphone are actually covered up by the top part of the holder, so I can't put a piece of oh, they call it like cat whisker or something like that. It's some really fuzzy looking stuff that you put on a microphone to make it less wind noise. But since I can't put an external mic on it, I'm kind of stuck with whatever noise there is. Yes, like I said, this is BJ and Joe Ondo, and our YouTube site is called Out and About on the Recumbents, because we ride recumbent tricycles. That's my wife Jo, which means we ride three wheels. Now I also have a recumbent bicycle, but I only use that as my grocery getter and trailer hauler. 95% of the time when I'm riding my trike. If you're new here, Jolyn has had a couple of heart attacks since 2019, and she's also a type 2 diabetic. So sometimes the medicine she's on will make her dizzy, so she's pretty much stuck on a trike. But if you got to be stuck on something, the trikes are nice things to be stuck on. Like I said, this is the Mesa Springs Greenway. A greenway is basically a bike trail with a morning. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Always. That's the second motorcycles I've seen today, because they had a group of motorcycles up off of the highway there too. Teaching her how to ride. Or they're setting something up. That's interesting. One's got a Harley and one's got an Indian. I got to back up here. Might come the other way. Yeah, we're coming up on Uena Street, which is a very busy street with a very long wait for the pedestrian light, so we're kind of stuck here. That's I-25 over there. It goes over Uena Street. So yeah, we're just kind of stuck here. We have some ways to go. And it is a long light. The city doesn't much care about pedestrian traffic. Pretty much an afterthought. Oh, there we go. Wait a minute. Are we going to stop or not? Assholes. Sorry for the cuss words, but if there are people, bikes, whatever in the crosswalk, you're supposed to wait. If you're driving a car till they're clear, then you go. But people just, oh, I'm in a hurry and I'm important and you're not. So that attitude is really bad in today's age, that's for sure. Now this basically takes us over to the west side of Colorado Springs, and from there we're going to be picking up the Midland Trail and heading over to Manitou. We'll either stop at McDonald's if they've ever got enough people to open. Their drive-in's open, but they just put a bunch of money into this McDonald's on Colorado Avenue, and but they haven't been able to find enough crew to be able to open the dining room yet. Yeah, it's definitely breezy today, so we're gonna have a lot of wind noise. This is also an old GoPro, so it doesn't have any type of a stabilization program built into it, so you're going to see some wobbles and bounces and not much I can do. I try to keep my head still as possible, but with these recumbent trikes, because you push outward instead of downward like a regular bicycle to pedal it, you kind of get a natural body movement in your upper body. It's kind of a little back and forth movement, and it's almost impossible to be able to stop that back and forth movement. You have to be consciously thinking about doing it, and sometimes you just say heck with it and let it rock, because the idea is that we're supposed to enjoy this ride as much as you guys. So that's the bridge trail that goes over I-25 all the way over all 8 lanes of I-25 over to Monument Valley Park. We're not going that way today, we're going the opposite way. But yeah, it winds all the way up there. It goes all the way across I-25 in the air. Pretty cool, really. Thank you. But looks like we're going to get another really nice day today. From what I saw, the temperature's not supposed to be quite as warm, but it's close. It's still going to be close to mid 80s. But it's kind of funny, we have I guess there's a cold front coming in tomorrow. It's more like a cool front in the summer. And you can kind of feel a little tiny bit of chill in the air, which the last few days there hasn't been any. It's been, even the wind's been hot. So it's kind of refreshing today. Now these are our so like I said, we're on the Mason Springs Greenway. But this will run out and we'll have to jump on some back streets to get over to the Walnut Street bike lane, the in-street bike lane, to slowly work our way over to the Charis Trail, which is about the shortest trail in the world, I think, and then jump onto the Midland. Bump. Ugh. Yeah, sometimes from tree roots and bush roots and stuff, the concrete is a bit on the uneven side. And that one there is in the shade of the tree, so it's really hard to see. But when the concrete raises up, it makes a very blunt edge. I love these signs. It tells you nothing. You know? Doesn't tell you, yeah, it doesn't tell you there's a bike lane. It just tells you you gotta go that way. There's a pretty good view of Pikes Peak. Still got a bit of snow on it. Still got the slight haze that we had. Not quite as strong as yesterday. A little clearer today, but not sure where that's coming from. But all it takes is a forest fire anywhere near us. So that was the end of the Mesa Springs Greenway. Now we're heading up Platte Avenue, which is really weird. This is weird. This is Platte Avenue. A lot of Platte Avenue is a main east-west thoroughfare, but I guess this is the old part of Platte Avenue. This particular part of it basically ends as a dead end. You have to go around it if you keep going straight. We're not going to. We're going to turn on to Walnut Street here and jump in the bike lane. A bike lane is a specific lane for bikes on a city street, just in case you're brand new to bicycling. Not near as safe as a trail, because you do have to still deal with traffic, but it's nice to have our own space if these idiots will learn how to park their car. Now, they've got a whole parking space, but now they gotta take up the bike lane. Probably too drunk to get it in straight. Oh well, that's the way life is these days. Alright, coming up to BJ Street here. Got a four-way stop. Still love to know what that big building on the hill is. I don't know what that is. Probably one of those event center places. We have several of them here in Colorado Springs now. We used to have one. We used to have the city auditorium downtown, and if you had an event, that's where you had it. Now they've got at least a dozen. So yeah, we're on the Walnut Street bike lane. Bike lanes are, you know, I mean, if they can't get you a trail, a bike lane is a good thing, because at least you're out of the way of the car. They've got their own lane. Back door into the Midland Trail. That's the Western Omelet Restaurant. Great breakfast. Supposed to have killer. We got a motorcycle coming full blast. So, okay, go ahead and come over. Quick! He changed lanes on us, but I couldn't tell. He didn't have a turn signal, so. Colorado Avenue. Alright, that was fast. Usually that light takes quite a while. Got a very busy street here because that's a metal, you know, surplus metal where you can turn your metal in and get money. So it's always busy. Especially on a Saturday. Today's Saturday. We're riding through the city of Colorado Springs, Colorado. This is the Charis Trail. Like I said, it basically goes from here down to the Midland Trail and ends. Like I said, it's the shortest trail on the planet right here, boy. I think I would have just called it the Midland Trail Extension or something. Are the electric scooters by a company called Lime, and people they're rental scooters, and you know, the only bad thing about scooters is that wherever the battery dies or the time dies, people just leave them. They don't take them to a designated spot, they just leave them. Okay, if you go to your left, you go into America the Beautiful Park. And you pick up the Pikes Peak Greenway again. But we're not going that way, we're going this way. This is the Midland Trail. This is going to take us all the way to Manitou. Well, it could take you all the way to Manitou. We probably won't go all. We'll just barely get into Manitou today. I just barely get into Manitou today. We usually stop at a park called, it's either Shriver or Shriver. I'm not sure which one. Park, named after a gentleman from some time in the history, and. If you went straight, it would take you over to 8th Street. There's a kind of a little frontage trail over to 8th Street, which is a major north-south thoroughfare. And they have some fast food and stuff like that over there. And then 8th Street comes back out this way, and we'll end up crossing over 8th Street here at the light. And this corner is 8th Street and Highway 24. And they got lots of fast food places here. And 7-Eleven and several other fast food places over here, and over there. Actually, that's a Mexican place, but it's a Mexican grill. Miguel's. Never been there. Okay. Never been there. Could be really good. But Joe and I do not like really spicy food. And we've only found one Mexican restaurant in this whole town that knows how to make a mild Mexican dish for us wimps. Yes, we are wimps. Don't like the hot stuff. Where it seems like everybody else wants to boil their innards. So I couldn't get over to hit the light. No, you're too close to the street. I'm at least a little further back. So how many people are going to run the red? Oh yeah, at least one or two, always. Yeah, more scooters. Like I said, they just dump them. And I'm not sure that the people that pick them up, I'm not really sure they work on the weekends. I don't think they do. So sometimes you actually have to get off your trike and move the scooters out of the way. A lot of times you just leave them right in the middle of the trail. Rather than, you know, walk them over to the side. Like I said, we ride recumbent trikes by a company called ICE. Stands for Inspired Cycle Engineering, and they're out of England. So the good thing about it is they can usually handle some pretty heavy weather, because if you've ever been to England, which I have, I was stationed at RAF Upper Hayford in the early 70s. Actually, it's more like the mid 70s. I got there in Got there in 74. I left in 76. But I can attest to the dreary wet weather that England has. They have about, it seems like they have about 2 weeks of summer, and that's about it. I'm sure it's longer than that, but it just seems, when I was there, because I was a security specialist, or a security policeman they called it back in the old days. Now it's security forces, the Blue Beret. And yeah, we our main job was you know, guarding aircraft and guarding ammo storage areas, and places they called VA areas, which had nuclear loaded aircraft. So I was outside a lot, and I always had the night shift. I mean, the whole 6 years I was in the military, I never got a day shift. It was always a night shift. It was either swings, which is late afternoon to midnight, or it was midnight to 6 or 7 a.m. And it was, the mids were really tough. I used to hate coming off a mid, getting about 2 hours sleep, and then now they call, you know, an alert. So we'd be back right back out there, just a couple hours sleep. They were really famous about that. But I did my job. I was a good troop, as they say. Never caused any problems. Got my honorable discharge. So, gave my country 6 years of my life. So I figure that we should be square. Now, the question, if we went to war, would I go back? Oh yeah. But I'm 68 years old. So I can't do what I used to do. They'd have to make me like a home guard, you know, because I have too many medical problems with my ankylosing spondylitis and my irritable bowel syndrome and all that crazy stuff, that I couldn't do what I used to do. I just couldn't do it. Morning. Nope, I couldn't do what I used to do. So they'd have to find something else for me to do. Huh, they took you on the stop sign on this side too. So basically you treat it as a four-way stop. Oh, I know, you got to creep way up there. Yeah, we, like I said, this is the Midland Trail, and it is actually a rail trail. Used to be a little railroad from Colorado Springs up to Cripple Creek and Victor, where it would go up and get gold ore, not gold, but gold ore, and bring it back down here to a giant smelting factory where they'd, you know, melt the rest of the way and get the gold. Now I don't know if it was a standard gauge or a narrow gauge, but it was a railroad. Now you can definitely tell there's a cool front on the way, because that usually means it's going to be breezy. And there's always just a slight chill to the air. Like I said, we have to stop every couple of hours or so. Yeah, about every couple hours. Make sure Joe has something small to eat, because she's a type 2 diabetic, and if she doesn't, especially when she's exercising, if she doesn't get food to burn, then her blood sugar can drop like a rock. And she will get dizzy and woozy, and she can faint, and the whole works. So we have to make sure we carry emergency food for her, and for me too, but mainly it would go to her. I can always use to lose a little more weight, so, but yeah, we usually carry a think bar, they call it, because it's the only protein bar that is made with no sugar. They use stevia extract instead, which is what we use. So there's no sugar in it, so Joe can eat it. And it's a nicely, nicely packed bar. So it doesn't have a lot of carbs, but it has enough carbs that it gets her going, keeps her going for a little while. But we'll end up, like I said, either stopping at McDonald's on Colorado Avenue, or we'll go over to go over to Starbucks and get an unsweetened iced tea. They do have unsweetened green iced tea, which is the one we prefer. We prefer the green over the black, because the black's a little stronger, but we'll drink the black. We're not that picky. Now here they normally they want you to go up to the next street, which I think is Charis Street, Charis, however you pronounce it. Yeah, and then go up, well actually, yeah, go up Charis. So this is 21st Street right here in front of us. But we go down instead, because if you go down this way, you actually get a light to get across 21st Street, and you don't have to worry about somebody just saying, oh, heck with it, and running you over. We're not sure why they decided to go that way instead of this way. This way makes much more sense. It's got a double wide sidewalk all the way down to it. It's got a light at the intersection, and it's got an entryway to I don't know how to pronounce that street. Negale, something like that. N-E-A-G-E-L-E. I'd call, okay, my wife says Nagel. That could be. However you pronounce it, that's the street currently you have to take over to pick up the trail again off of 25th Street. Otherwise you have to ride Charis up there all the way over to 25th Street and go down. This way, one nice thing about it is it puts you right at the same on the same road as the trail. So it's pretty good. Yeah, the only bad thing about this little intersection is that the light takes forever to change, and it's on a little bit of an uphill, so you got to get up to a certain spot, which is maybe a little closer than we'd like to get, or otherwise you're starting off on an uphill. That building over there is the Colorado Mountain Brewery. Back in the old days, when Joe and I were growing up, that used to be Van Briggle Pottery. The Van Briggle company was very famous for making pottery for a century or more. But they finally closed up. We're going into Old Colorado City here, as they call it. Now, it's not Colorado City, because Colorado City is actually way south, down by, well, it's way down south on I-25. But originally, it was Colorado City, and it was actually the capital of Colorado. Man, check out that one, man. Wow. Those are so cool. And these transformers they build are just something else. That one's a monster. Hopefully we'll be able to catch it on the way back and without a car in front of it and take a picture. Yeah, I'm not sure why they do that, or if they make them, or if they just get them someplace. I don't know what that little company is, but they're pretty cool, and they're very detailed. Amazing the details they got on them.
Why didn't they do it?
They probably do. And the other nice thing about the way we come is that Charis Street is very busy, very busy. Nagel or Nagel, or how do you pronounce it?
Nagel.
Nagel, okay. Nagel Street, especially on a weekend, today's Saturday, there's hardly any traffic at all. So this is about, yeah, I don't understand why the city wants you to go Charis and not come this way. It makes no sense whatsoever. But sometimes the city does stuff like makes no sense whatsoever. But don't get me wrong, the city of Colorado Springs has been trying really hard over the last 10 to 15 years. And they really have. 20 years ago, we were lucky to have any bike lanes or bike trails. Bike lanes, much less bike trails. Joe and
2 years ago, we didn't have any of them at all.
yeah. So they do try, and they try hard. It's just that it's an overwhelming task, because there is just, Colorado Springs is now a huge city. I mean, we're like 400,000 people in the city limits. When Joe and I graduated in '73, there was only 150,000 people that lived here in Colorado Springs. So, you know, we've almost tripled our population. And the poor city, you know, it just can't keep up, you know, with the trails and the bike lanes and all that stuff. It's just so, it needs so many of them now. And you will see a lot of homeless on this trail. In fact, its nickname is the Hobo Trail. But you gotta have somewhere to live. They don't have, you know, if they don't have real facilities for them, and they don't. Especially, you know, if they have any kind of a mental problem, a drug problem, an alcohol problem. They can't even, those folks can't even get in the shelter at night, even in the winter time. So they end up coming out here and living on the trail. Yeah, see, there's your normal dead scooter, as I call it. But yeah, this part of the trail goes right along Highway 24, which goes west up to Woodland Park. Divide, Woodland Park, Cripple Creek, up that way, up into something that's much closer to the real mountains than we are. We're going under 26th Street here. And I'm not 100% sure what they call this creek. When I grew up, we called it Cheyenne Creek because it comes out of Manitou. So it comes out of the mountain, the foothills above Manitou. But somebody told me they still consider it Fountain Creek, but that's not right because this one goes west to east. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, dude. You don't really care. Yeah, like I said, you just have to put up with the homeless. You're good, thank you.
Well, I don't want to run into you. That's tragic for the day.
All right, you have a good day.
It's on film too, you know.
That's it.
Well, my last DUI was in a prison bus.
We got a bit of a branch over the bridge here. Yeah, I mean, most of the homeless won't bother you at all. You know, I mean, they won't. But you got the ones that I think are a little mentally unstable that you have to worry about. Because just told Joe to come around me because Joe has e-assist, so and we got a bit of an incline coming up here once we get on the other side of the bridge. But yeah, it's just our day and age, you know. It's just part of a problem because everything's so expensive now. We know we barely get by on our Social Security retirement, and I mean barely. And it seems like every year we have to worry about whether the Republican Party is going to shut us down, you know, get rid of Social Security altogether, because there's a lot of them that would like to do that. Joe and I will starve to death and be homeless. It's simple because our bodies are not in good shape. We need a very easy job. And let's face it, there are no easy jobs, really easy jobs. I mean, you know, even McDonald's and stuff, you're hustling all day long. I mean, I guess I could, you know, if they had a job cleaning tables and stuff like that, I could do that. And I'd be willing. I'd be willing. But I refuse to run a cash register. Now, you know, Joe, Joe's a professional cashier. She's been a professional cashier for 40 or 50 years. So, you want to check out McDonald's and see if it's open?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
I also think you might want to turn.
Yeah, good idea.
Pausing ride.
Thank you. Huh? Nope, I don't see anybody. Oop. Wrong way.
Resuming ride.
And yeah, my phone talks to me. We use Strava, which is a phone app, of course, to record our daily mileage. And it'll give you daily mileage, it'll give you distance, time, but it won't give you your actual speed. It'll give you an average speed, but it won't give you your, you know, what you're doing at the time, which is kind of a shame. And it does have a clock, but it's so tiny I can't see it. At 68, my vision is not that good. And it's way up in the corner, and unless I get the phone up in my face, I can't see it. But most of the time, Joe and I aren't worried about time. The only time we worry about time is if we have somewhere we have to be, which isn't a lot anymore. Or if there's a storm front coming in and we only have so long to ride before we get rained on, hailed on, flooded out, whatever, you know. Okay, get ready to turn. Nobody behind us. Nobody coming up that I can see. Yeah, this is the McDonald's I was telling you about. But the last few times we tried to stop in here and get our iced tea, the dining room wasn't open, and they get all weird if you use a trike to go through the drive-in. I don't know why. It would work just the same, but they do. They get all weird. Well, you can't do that. Why? Why not? I'm a moving vehicle. I'm not a motor vehicle, but I'm a moving vehicle. Joe's technically a motor vehicle. She's got the assist. Okay, well, I guess they opened up.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
All right. Not too bad. I'm alive.
There you go. Oh, I know. They've got shade on the side of the building. We can sit over there instead.
Okay.
Means we gotta turn around, but need back up a little more, a little better angle. I'm not gonna clip in, just we're gonna sneak by you here and go hide in the shade.
I hear you.
Thank you, sir. Ah, much better. Much better. Whew. Oh, dizzy, dizzy, dizzy. Okay. Well, like I said, we're gonna get our iced tea for lunch, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut you off, and we will get back at you for as long as our battery lasts. And all right, BJ and Joe Ondo from Out and About on the Recumbents, signing out. Bye. Hey, we're back. We had our lunch at McDonald's, our brown bag special as we call it, and got some iced tea. They actually had the dining room open finally, so that's really cool. Because just a hint, you may not know it, but McDonald's has the cheapest price for a large iced tea of anybody. I mean, it's less than $2. Everybody else's large iced tea is $4 and up. So just a plug for McDonald's there. If you like unsweetened iced tea. All right, we are technically. Go ahead, Joe. Sorry, we are technically on the Creek Walk Trail in Manitou Springs, Colorado, and this turns into the Midland Trail as it heads into Colorado Springs. I think she's waiting for us. Thank you. Yeah, some people are really nice. Yeah. No, that's the smartest way to do it. But yeah, this is the high school baseball and soccer field. Manitou Mustangs. Winnie! We like our high school mascot better. We have Charlie the Gladiator. We're bad. But yeah, it's kind of funny. When it gets into officially into Manitou, this turns into the Creek Walk Trail. Because you're going to see a sign. Now it says Midland, but on the other side, it says Creek Walk. So it's according to which way you're going. As to whether you're on the Midland or the Creek Walk. Well, I've got to put in a plug for our friend Tori and her family. If you're ever in Colorado Springs, and even if you don't ride a bicycle, but especially if you do, and you're looking for a place to stay, check out the Buffalo Lodge Bicycle Resort. We're gonna go, well actually we won't go past the sign. It'll be across the street from us. But actually, well, I don't know if you can see it or not with the metal in the way. But basically it's right over here. Oh, there you go. That's right. It's the Buffalo Lodge Bicycle Resort. Most of the rooms are bicycle themed. Great place. Sorry. Great place to do your cycling adventures from. Tori is the best, and they have all kinds of things going on. They have live music, they have dancing, they have concerts, they have a great, almost brand new heated swimming pool, and so yeah, they have lead bicycle rides, and yeah, and they even have a full service bar. So if you get a chance and you happen to come into Colorado Springs or Manitou Springs, definitely want to stay at the, again, the Buffalo Lodge Bicycle Resort. It's quite a mouthful. Ain't no way I'm gonna make it. Joe's bike Joe's trike can turn so much better than mine. And it's funny because her front end is actually wider than my front end. So you would think I would be able to turn tighter than she does, but I can't. Of course, it could be that my bars are more forward than hers because my arms are longer than hers. And that's what limits your steering. These are what they call indirect steering trikes. They have two types. They have direct steering and they have indirect steering. Ours are indirect. So the handlebars come up from underneath the seat. So the edge of the seat, forward and back, is the is your max turning radius. We had to get out in the street because of the stroller here, because pedestrians have the right of way. Which in a way isn't so bad because we can just cross the street right here. Okay, now we're back into Colorado Springs. We're out of Manitou, and we're heading back down. We're heading now we're heading east on the Midland Trail, M-I-D-L-A-N-D, named after the old Midland Railroad. I don't know, I think it was the Colorado Springs Cripple Creek Midland, I think, but I'm not 100%. Bike back. Have a good one. They are. Yeah, I like that jersey. I wouldn't mind having a Colorado College jersey. I like the Tigers. No, too many fingers for a peace sign, dear. I know, smart. That's something mommy's got to be smart. There you go. Something mommy's got to be smart. That gentleman that just went by us on the bicycle, he had a official Buffalo Lodge Bicycle Resort jersey on, which Joe has one, and we both have high-tech t-shirts from Tori and her group. Tori is the owner, and she is basically Miss Bicycle here in Colorado Springs. She really is. We've got Mr. Bicycle, that's Alan Beauchamp. She's Mrs. Bicycle. And they happen to be very good friends, so it works out good that way. Runs right by the creek. As you can kind of tell, there's a kind of a theme to our trails. They run right by creeks quite a bit. Our urban and the few rail trails we have, but not all of them, but most of them do actually. Well, of course you got the inner city ones that don't, but there's really not that many pure inner city trails. Mostly what you got in inner city is bike lanes. The main ones are on Weber Street and Cascade Street going north-south, and then pieces of Colorado Avenue have bike lanes, but not all of it. Yeah, we're going a little downhill, so there'll be a lot of wind noise. A sad fact is that we don't have very many real oh, look at that XKE, that yellow one. That's a Jag XKE. That's the coupe version now. Nice. Oh man. That's my dream car right there. No, that's my fantasy car. Huh? Oh, no, no, no. No yellow. That pale yellow's kind of ugly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe like a canary yellow.
The canary would be okay, but I'd rather have it in a red or a blue. They make a really nice blue. And a really nice red. Yeah, I'm an old guy. I love those old Jaguar XKEs. The new Jaguars are, you know, they got some pretty nice looking cars, but they just don't have the pizzazz that those old XKEs do.
That would be.
Yeah. Oh wow, and an MG. Well, you talk about seeing all the cool old sport cars. Yeah, the person doesn't look like they're going to stop. No. Well, that's pretty cool. We saw a bunch of classic cars over at, I can't think of the name of Amanda's Mexican restaurant as we were going into Manitou, but I didn't have the camera on, sorry. We just saw a Jaguar XKE and then an MG. The MG Midget. Yeah, these guys motor vehicles. Not supposed to be any gas-powered motor vehicles on these trails, but they get on them anyway. We always stop here because of the RV park. They're not, yeah. But you know how it is, yeah. Sadly. Have a good day. No gas-powered motorized vehicles. Well, I'm surprised they got as many empty spots. Usually this thing by now is like packed. Very. That could be, yeah. That could very well be, yeah. This one's packed. I'm not really sure why, because it doesn't seem like it has many amenities. Must be just a really good price. Plus, too, there's a lot of people that actually live here. They do have, that whole back row, I think, is permanent tenants. Because those things never move. Man, that is an oldie. That has got to be from the 60s or the early 70s. It's an old. It probably hasn't moved since the 60s or the early 70s either. Oh. No, let's take the trail. Like I said, I really prefer our way of going. Yeah, it does add a little bit to it, but it's just so much nicer. You know, and it's really hard to cross, I guess it's 26th Street up here. I mean, it's really hard to see because, you know, they got cars parked right there everywhere, you know, so. Yeah, vans, big trucks. Oh, checking out it. There's an open wheeler. That's a Pikes Peak race car there. Championship car. Oh no, that's okay. I don't want to bug anybody. It's just cool to look at though. That's what Bobby and Al Unser and Parnelli Jones and all them old guys raced up the peak. think so. Yeah, you're right. Passing. Thank you. And like I've said many times, we ring our bells in blind corners. And we're at the 26th Street connection. And if you're on a mountain bike, the 26th Street would take you up into the foothills where they have several different trails. Yeah, all the motorcycles are out today, boy. Joe and I still love motorcycles. We rode motorcycles together from from about 83 to 2018. So it hasn't been that long. But on our extremely meager Social Security retirement income, we just can't afford motorcycles anymore, which is a real shame. And we love our trikes, you know, our recumbent trikes. But we wouldn't mind having having one of the three-wheeled versions of the motorcycle either. Just to be able to go a little further. It's like there's a place in Colorado called West Cliff, and they have the best chili cheese fries on the planet, and we haven't had any for many years. It's a real bummer. Well, at least Patsy's are doing some advertising. Of course, you know, it's on 21st Street, so yeah. I gotta get back, we got a car. Okay, we're clear. That darn truck's still parked in front of the transformer. That's too bad. I'd really like to get a picture. Yeah, that's the best day, is a Sunday when they're not open. me. Wouldn't mind buying that place and turning it into my house. I love the patio or the deck up there, boy. That used to be the Smiling Toad Brewery. They closed down. I'd love to be able to buy the building and turn it into our home. It'd be fun. Joe and I don't need a yard. We just need a place we can have a barbecue. Howdy. Run the battery out. Don't know how long it'll last. I think I can get about 2 hours out of this older GoPro 3 battery, which is pretty darn good. Because in my other camera I had, my Cam Park, I can only get an hour at best out of a battery. Try to get it all in, but I decided I'm going to start doing my videos as like part 1, part 2, part 3. Make them a little shorter. Still going to be long to what everybody else's is. It's like everybody else's runs about 5 or 6 minutes. When I say short, I mean 30 to 45. Because I call anything below 30 a video short. Not a short video, but a video short. That's a technical term for a really short video. Video short. I figure you all might want to use this for, you know, when it's the dead of winter wherever you are, especially if you live in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, you know, up there, North Dakota, South Dakota. This would be a good workout video when you're on your trainer or your exercise bike. Here. This looks like an e-bike to me. Wow, all kinds of freaking e-bikes. Well, it's not just e-bikes, it's e-everything. E-bikes, e-scooters, Yeah, the only thing they didn't have was a recumbent e-trike. beautiful, very beautiful Saturday today. Low to mid 80s. Pretty good breeze. A lot of bicycles out today. We've even seen a few recumbent trikes. Okay, he told you to go, babe. Dear, I can't hear you because of the wind. Let me catch up. Okay.
That,
Yeah.
where the bicyclists or walkers supposed to stop.
Right.
They need to do away with that one that's coming off the highway,
I agree.
because that's where the danger is.
Yeah. Although I don't think it's a stop sign. I think it's one of those yield to pedestrian signs. Yeah, really. If they're going to give us stop signs, then they should do away with those. I totally agree with you.
It's hard to go down to a stop going 55, 60 miles an hour.
Right. And you're whipping around that corner. And it's pretty short, you know. Every afternoon, man. Gas. Ugh. Not easy getting old. You can keep your zip line at the Royal Gorge. I figure I do enough tempting fate just riding in traffic in the city of Colorado Springs.
The highways.
Yeah, definitely any of the highways. Spider. I'm gonna have to give you enough money to buy a lotto ticket. These suckers are way up there. Yeah, something like that. Okay, I'll leave it up to you.
I think I'll wait till 500. I don't know why.
Okay, go for it.
I'll listen to the inner voice.
Yeah.
I ain't mine.
I got no problem. Go ahead. I got no problem with that. Man. Okay, let's go. Where do you want to go? Yeah, let's run over here and use the restroom. Still recording. We're going to head over to America the Beautiful Park downtown and use the facilities. This bridge above us is I-25. Actually, this is the exit off of I-25 south. I-25 north. Creek on the bridge here. Oh, no, no, we're stopping. Thank you. Okay. Easier just to walk around your trike. Okay. So now we're on the coming out of America the Beautiful Park. And we're going to take a way we don't normally go. That's Fountain Creek down below us. We're going to go over to Monument Valley Park. Yeah.
I'm looking for a laundromat.
Oh man, downtown's a tough spot for a laundromat. Wow.
Is that a GoPro?
Yeah.
How fun.
Yeah, works pretty good. It's an old one, but it still works pretty good.
Yeah, it's cool. That's a good one.
But yeah, like I said, downtown's just a bad area for a laundromat. I can't think of anything downtown.
You said like Nevada near the 7-Eleven or something?
Oh, okay. Well, that's ooh, that's quite a ways from here, though.
It's still back up over here?
Yeah, basically, Nevada is like you have to go, if you go up to the park and go up Colorado Avenue and you go up over, you have to go up over the bridge, and first you get Cascade, then Tejon, then Nevada, and then the nearest 7-Eleven I can think of is still even quite a few blocks, you know, north of that too. So
I think it's the one that's the 7-Eleven that's down that side of.
oh, okay. Trying to think where that 7-Eleven would be. Jeez. Yeah, because that you know, as you go south on Nevada, it's mostly you know, bars, grills, restaurants, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I just want to wash my clothes.
Yeah, I understand. Dang, like I said, yeah, I can't think of
And my
anything.
phone's dead.
Ah, crud.
Of course, so I can't Google it.
Yeah.
So I need to go find some place to charge too. And I can Google it possibly.
You might, over here in the park and the restroom in the pavilion area,
Yeah?
I don't know if there's an outlet, but there might be.
Oh yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a good day, man.
Yeah, peace and love.
Yeah, I wish I could have helped you, but yeah, like I said, downtown's just a bad area for a laundromat. Have a good one. I mean, you know, 10 years ago they had one down on Wasatch and Boulder. But that one's gone.
Pretty much all the laundromats downtown are gone.
Yeah, I can't think of a single one. And you know, he was talking about heading south on Nevada, but well, I mean, I guess if you, God, you'd have to walk all the way to maybe Cheyenne Road, you know, before you got to it. Yeah, just downtown area is just terrible for laundromats or grocery stores, either one. The only grocery store they got downtown is one of those little ones, you know, that has a lot of health food. Yeah. That's where, if there's a laundromat It's right in that right in there.
Yeah.
But there's no 7-Eleven. Well, there's a 7-Eleven across the street, but that's even down a little ways from there. But yeah, there is a laundromat back behind where Red Top used to be. I forgot about that one, darn it. Well, hopefully he can get his battery charged up enough to find the laundromat. I should have just pulled out my phone and pulled off my phone and checked it for him. It's I kind of forget sometimes this thing's a phone, you know. When we're using it like this, you know, my brain says, okay, this is my bike computer, you know. My navigation and bike computer. But even then, that's a long walk, man. That's a long walk. And I don't know if it's still there or not, you know. But there used to be a laundromat there.
It could have closed down by now.
Yeah.
Because I know that Stephen was complaining one time that Scotty's washing machine had fouled up.
Yeah.
Okay. And so he was having to take his clothes to dry cleaning.
Oh wow. That's expensive. Because, well, you know, we'd be in the same boat because that one closed up. There's no laundromat anywhere near us.
Yeah. So, but he made friends with the people at the laundromat, so they let him use the one that they had in the back for their own personal use. He let them use that.
Oh, that was nice.
He wouldn't let him use it for Scotty or even them, just for himself.
That's nice. Well, I know those two are like brothers, but I still say Scotty was an asshole.
Yeah. The only thing I can say is back then Scotty was understanding he was living there.
Yeah.
So he got the washer and dryer fixed pretty fast.
I don't know, all I can tell you is that, you know, if I had somebody that I considered my brother, I would have at least fixed the place up he was living in.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't use the toilet.
Yeah. Made sure it had running in, you know, hot and cold water and the toilet worked and, you know.
There's some bad piping or something in the bathroom and Scotty was too cheap to fix it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I mean, you know, it's a 50-50 deal. Part of Scotty, you know, was very good to Steve, but the other part, he treated Steve like shit. Oops, I gotta get over. Head over the bridge, Joe. Now we're crossing back over Fountain Creek, and we're heading for Monument Valley Park, which is a very old park here in Colorado Springs. This is probably one of the original parks, except for maybe Acacia Park downtown. This was actually, the land actually belonged to General William Palmer, who is the city founder. And he gave it to the city of Colorado Springs to create parks. Oh man. Man, I don't remember all these rocks. Dang. Boy, they really let this trail go to crud. Boy, that's the worst I've seen that in a long time. I'm gonna have to COS that. That's interesting. I don't remember a lake being there. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I wonder if they just refilled it or something. I don't remember seeing water there before. It's just dry. It does look like a bunch of new construction. See if we can find us a park bench in the shade. Got one over there's in the shade, yeah. Let her go by. Got it? welcome to Monument Valley Park. Joe and I are stopping here on a bench in the shade and eating our afternoon snack. So, yeah, you don't get us together very often. So, but yeah, basically I think that's where I'm going to end this today. We're kind of headed home from here, at least back to the storage unit, and then our 1.2 miles walk home. Been a real nice day, beautiful day, and so I'm glad you came along for the ride. And just remember, this is BJ and Joe Ando from Out and About on the Recumbents. And basically, if you like our videos, please hit the thumbs up. If you have a problem, hit the thumbs down and leave us a little note. Let us know what the problem is, and we'll try to fix it. Most of the time, the stuff we can't do much, especially if it's camera related, because we're limited by the camera we have and the money to buy a camera. So sorry about that, but that's, you know how that goes. That's life. If you want to check out when our next new video is coming out, basically go and click on the bell logo. And that will advise you when our next video will be out. And I just want to say, oh yeah, a nice day for, it's a great day for a ride. And just say we want to put a shout out to our subscribers. Really do appreciate the fact that you guys have thought our videos were worthwhile enough to actually subscribe. We appreciate it. If you're new, welcome, and thanks for coming along for the ride. And hey, we would really appreciate it if you become a new subscriber too. All right, well, I'll tell you what, we're gonna say howdios and happy trails. So from BJ and Joe Ando on Out and About on the Recumbents, see you next time. Bye.